Aideron Robotics.
Hello and welcome to this very short video about your first 5 minutes first 5-10 minutes I guess, in Aideron Robotics, and a couple of just the key important things you should know up front so you don't get yourself into trouble. Not going to go in a lot of detail, but just a couple of quickies. The most important thing, let's assume you're at Fleet, you've made your way here, is to sort out your overview. Okay, faction warfare, the standard default overview, or one that you might have used elsewhere, does not really work in faction warfare. It has a specific set of requirements. Let's undock from Fleet, and as soon as we undock, we are going to stop on the undock. So control space will put us in space. It'll stop us on the undock. Control space, ship stopping. A good habit to get into when you're flying with a fleet as well. Give the FC time to have a look at who has undocked and what the fleet comp is. In terms of overviews, luckily we've made it very easy for you. Up here in the channel Corp message of the day, if you scroll down, there are a couple of overviews. One of them is called Faction Warfare New Bro. So you'll see here is the default overview. If I click on Load Overview, say yes, I've now got this lovely Faction Warfare suitable overview. If you don't do that, you will kill somebody that you weren't meant to, and we'll have to smooth over some diplomatic ruffles. I've done it, most of us have done it, but save yourself the pain and get this overview in. We'll look at it in another video in more detail, but do that before you try and shoot anybody, please. You'll see the next thing, we might go and visit the Citadel on there. 1,500 kilometers from our station is Kirith's Grand Emporium. Let's go and warp to within 0. That is our Citadel here in Fleet, assuming by the time you watch this it hasn't been blown out of space. A couple of important things or benefits that the Citadel will give you as a member of Aideron Robotics. First of all, repairing and tethering. You'll see by this little icon down here, and you can also see by the animation here, that my ship within 10 kilometers of the Citadel is tethered. There's the little repairing icon just popped up there now. You are safe at this point in space. You cannot be targeted, you cannot be shot. You can, however, be bumped out of range and then shot, so don't leave your ship there AFK. If you come back with damaged ship, damaged modules, or damaged drones, they can all be repaired free of charge by tethering at the Citadel, and in another video we'll have a look at how you do that with your drones. But that is one benefit. The other, let's dock up in our Citadel, and the next thing you should do is get at least one jump clone set up. Citadels have the wonderful benefit of not having any penalties or costs for jumping between clones. Now, outside of a Citadel, there's a 24-hour cooldown timer between clones. Now, clones are different states of consciousness, or different pilots, or different capsuleers. I guess it's still you, but in different locations you can transfer and jump from one. The reason you might do that in a Citadel, or it's good to have one set up, is that you may have some expensive implants in one clone, and you may want to go out on a derpy roam, and before you do that, you can say, you know what, I'm going to jump in my empty clone, or one that has some implants specifically for power grid or CPU. Whatever the reason is, Citadels do not incur those cooldown penalties, and there is no cost involved. So the skill that you'll need, if you haven't trained it already, is in neural enhancement. It is called Infomorph Psychology. Each level allows you one extra jump clone, so at least get it trained to level 1 or 2. Install a jump clone here at the Citadel so that you can quickly and easily jump for free into these different clones. If that's confusing to you, you're not familiar with jump clones, there's plenty of stuff on the web, or you can just jump in the channel and ask someone in the Slack or the Corp channel. They can help you out. What else do you need to know in your first few minutes? Let's have a quick look. Let's jump back out into space. A couple of things. You'll see there are a number of Corp bookmarks available to you now that you're in Corp. So when I'm out in space, and I'm just going to stop here so I stay tethered. Anywhere in a system, you can right click and you'll see Corp locations. In many systems, certainly around Fleet, we've got safe locations or safe bookmarks. So you've got access to those. Other things like our bases, let's jump over and visit one of our POSs, also in Fleet, are all available through that Corp bookmark menu. So make sure that you're aware of how to access that by right-clicking in space, going to Corp locations and utilizing the bookmarks that are there and in many other systems scattered around New Eden. For example, there's a bookmark that will take me nice and safely into one of our POSs. Let's quickly head back to FDU and show you a couple of other things just before we wrap this up. So I'm going to head back to Fleet 3. At the moment, the Corp contracts all operate inside of Fleet 3 FDU station, not the Citadel. Now, Corp contracts are very important because they are a way that you can purchase quickly and easily a lot of our doctrine fit ships, so you can get out into space, into fleets, off on solo roams, whatever it is you're doing. There are ships available to you. So let's dock up, quickly show you how to access those.
Docking request accepted.
Right, from inside the station, you can go to your contracts menu. So go business, contracts. If you don't have that set up by default, you can drag that into your Neocom here. I would suggest you do that. If we go to contracts, we're going to go to my contracts, beg your pardon, we're going to go to available contracts, make sure it's set for buy and sell, my corporation, location. Now this is important because we have contracts available at different places in our region or our area. So let's go with, for the moment, let's just go with Fleet. So just show me what's available in Fleet, search, and you'll see here a whole range of pre-fit ships that line up with the names of our doctrines. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that, but just know you can at least get something there to fly very easily and usually pretty well stocked by our amazing logistics team. The last couple of things I would suggest is that you make sure that, let me see if I can drag this in, you are familiar with our website, aideronrobotics.net. Now, as a Corp member, you have access to the back end of that, and so you log in using your account name, authorize, it's all the single sign-on authorization using your Eve account, and you've got access to a whole range of various menu items up here, our fittings, information about our pilots, services, our freight, which is definitely an important thing to have a look at. There's some videos there and information about how our freight service works. Same with the Corp contracts, forum. Yeah, a lot of stuff there. So make sure you get yourself familiar with that. And also you need to get yourself on the Slack. Now, Slack is where most of our day-to-day chat happens. If you don't have access to that or you're not sure how to, make sure you call out, I guess, in the Corp channel if you see someone else online and just let them know, hey, how do I get into Slack? They'll contact whoever needs to. Basically, we just need to send you an email invite. So if we've got an email address, you're good to go. Guys, I think that's it. There's probably stuff that I've missed, but all the key things are there. I think overview, Citadel, you've got some bookmarks available to you, Corp contracts. Get on the website, have fun, get out there, blow some stuff up, and see you in space.